Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with allthingsbbq.com, and this is Hanger Steak Dinner for Two. Well, Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and what better way to show your loved ones that you love them than by cooking them a meal. So that's what we're doing today, steak dinner. We're doing hanger steak. We're doing green beans, we're doing roasted potatoes. Let's jump right in. So let's get started with the hanger steak. So this here is our hanger steak. There's one of these on every cow. It's a pretty special piece of meat. It's got great flavor to it, but as you can see, there's a lot of work to do on the outside of this thing. There's essentially 2 strips of muscle here. We're only gonna use half of it today, throw the rest in the freezer for another date. But this recipe that we're doing today, if it wasn't for this trimming right here, would be really very simple. This is the only thing that's going to be kind of challenging for us today. So just consider it a labor of love. But essentially what we want to do is we want to get these 2 muscles separated. So we can see right here where our butcher had a little mishap. That's unfortunate. But what we're looking to do is get basically right in between these 2 muscles. Take a little bit of this tissue off the top so we can get a better look here. So you can kind of see this line right here that runs in between the 2 pieces of meat. So what we'll do is we'll just start to kind of pull these apart. Following that seam. If you're looking at this and wondering where the heck am I going to get a hanger steak, you know, a lot of butcher shops will have them, but they are a little bit harder to find. I actually picked this one up at the local Asian market. And it's even a Creekstone Farms piece of beef. But I found it at the Asian market for $6 a pound. Now you can consider how cheap that is. It's just that extra work that you got to put into it to clean it up. Now really that's the scariest part there, is just taking those 2 muscles apart. Like I said, we'll save one for a later date. We'll go ahead and cook the smaller one today. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to look for any extra tough tissue, any silver skin that we see, and we're going to take that off. Anything hard that we wouldn't want to eat. Try and start at one end, cut a little tab, and then just slice underneath that tough silver skin and tissue. And the more that you can take one long stroke at it like that, rather than sawing back and forth, the prettier it's going to look on the surface there. All right, so a little bit of fat on the outside is going to be okay. I'll leave those little bits behind, but essentially that's trimmed up. I'm going to go ahead and do the other one at the same time here. All right, so we got them both trimmed up. Like I said, we're going to set one aside. We'll throw that in the freezer for another project. And then this one right here is what we're going to cook today. I'm just going to go ahead and slice it in half, and we'll cook it in 2 pieces. Now, as far as seasoning today, we're keeping things very simple, just a few really quality ingredients. Got some good olive oil. We're going to hit the surface there. We've got some Pellet cherry black peppercorns and some kosher sea salt. So just give the steaks a little drizzle of oil to act as our binder. Hit it with some of that Jacobsen sea salt. Oh, boop. What you gonna do? And then we're gonna finish it off with some fresh cracked pepper. So for now, we'll just set those steaks aside. We're gonna move on to prepping the veggies. So we've got some Yukon Gold potatoes here. We're essentially just gonna cut these into wedges, toss them with a little oil and seasoning, and then we'll roast them on the grill. Give these a little drizzle. Make sure they get coated. And then we're gonna season these today with the Cattleman's Grilled Trail Dust, just an all-purpose seasoning. And it's great on veggies, steak, chicken, pork, pretty much everything. Great salt and pepper, garlic, a few special little treats in there like some mustard seeds. All right, so these are just gonna go on a parchment-lined sheet pan. Want to lay them out so that we get contact with the cut side here. We'll get some nice browning on the bottom of these. And we'll try to keep it all on one half of the sheet pan so we can add our green beans here in a little bit. But we're gonna make this easy, all in one pan for our veggies. Now today we're cooking on the Yoder Smoker's YS640S pellet grill. We're running at 425 degrees with hickory pellets. We got it set up for indirect cooking. So our potatoes need about a 15-minute head start on the green beans. So we're gonna throw these in first. I'm gonna put them right on the main cooking grate to start, and then we'll make room for our steaks, and we'll try and finish all this right around the same time. All right, so now for the green beans. We got the whole fresh ones here. We just need to take off the stem ends. I'm gonna keep them all long. I think it's fancier that way. You can even refer to them as haricots verts instead of green beans, because it's Valentine's Day and we get fancy on Valentine's Day. All right, so green beans into the bowl. We're also gonna add some lemon zest. I'm gonna zest about half of this lemon here for the green beans. And we're gonna zest the other half of the lemon as well, but that's gonna go into a little compound butter that we're gonna finish our steaks with. So we'll go ahead and add that half in there. I'm gonna zest the other half, and we'll save that for later. If you guys don't yet have a microplane at home, this is a great little tool. It's great for zesting, as you're gonna see here in a moment. It's great for garlic. And my kids love it when I shave Parmesan on top of their spaghetti with this thing like it's snowing. They think it's the greatest thing. So same thing with the garlic here. We're just gonna break this garlic all the way down here on the microplane. Broken down so fine that it just kind of mixes into everything and stick to the outside of the beans. So a little bit more that extra virgin olive oil. Hit it with the kosher salt. And a little bit of black pepper. All right, now for that butter I was talking about. So we're gonna finish our steaks with just a little bit of butter while they're resting, just to add that extra flavor and fat to them. We're starting with 2 tablespoons of room temperature unsalted butter. I'm gonna add to that about 1 tablespoon of our Kozlik's Dijon Classique, nice grainy Dijon mustard. I'm gonna throw that rest of that lemon zest, half a lemon, and then we'll just do a little pinch here of some garlic, black garlic infused salt. And that you can kind of just mash together. Once you got it mixed up, just leave it sitting out at room temperature. Dijon butter, fancy. Well, potatoes have been on for 15 minutes now, so it's time to add the green beans. All right, so we're gonna give these a spin and move them up to the top rack. We're gonna land our green beans right here on the other half. Just a little more room for them. And then we're gonna give these about 10 minutes before we start cooking our steaks. It's been 10 minutes, so we're gonna throw the steaks on and take a peek at the veggies. So we're gonna carefully place our steaks pretty much right over the firebox. Now we are cooking indirect, but we're gonna get some nice grill marks from these grill grates. And some of these potatoes are looking about done. Some of these thicker ones are gonna need just a little bit more time, and that's fine, we can wait on those. And then green beans not yet softened, but you can see them sizzling away. All right. Getting some nice grill marks on there. We'll flip these guys around. The green beans are getting close. I like my green beans to have a little bite to them. Like once they get to this point, to me, that's a little too much. This one's small, but so these probably only need a few more minutes before we'll call them good. We're getting real close on our steaks here. I'm gonna shoot for a little bit higher temperature on this small guy. So we'll go for more of a medium on this little one. And the big guy, I want rare to mid-rare. 125 is ideal. So we're really close. I'm gonna pull this guy off. Let me go ahead and pull both of them off. Let's also get our veggies out of here. So we're gonna give these steaks a few minutes to rest before we slice into them. And now's the time we're gonna put that compound butter on top that we whipped up earlier. We just let that kind of melt into them while the steak rests. Cover that loosely with foil. And then taking from that lemon that we zested earlier, squeeze some juice on top of our green beans here. And we'll also just cover these while the steak rests. All right, give them a little rest. Now it's time to slice them up. I'm just gonna slice these into medallions. Place them back in the juice. So there's your more rare piece there, and your more medium on the other one. And just soak up those juices. All right, well, let's put it all together now. It's a generous serving there. Some potatoes on there. Some of those green beans. Do the same thing here. Make it pretty. And then of course, we gotta have that juice. We can't waste that juice. So that stuff that's collected on the plate, it's just gonna go right over the top. All right, let's get a taste of this steak here. Oh man. That is just pure beefy goodness. Simple seasonings, you know, a little bit of that butter and Dijon, and that's all you're tasting other than beef. But man, what great beefy flavor, and a really fantastic texture as well. Nice little crust on the outside, super tender to the center. Our potatoes, creamy all the way through with a crunchy exterior. And our green beans. Yep, still got the bite. Oh man, love the lemon on the outside of that. It's all working for me. Might work for you too. So, you know, give it a try, see what you get. Okay guys, a little behind the curtain peek here. We just finished filming the outro to this video and started snacking on this stuff with the crew. And you know, I'm not a medium steak kind of person typically. I like that pink center, but I gotta tell you, the medium on the hanger steak is magical. It like disintegrates in your mouth. Whereas the rare's got a little bit more chew to it. And I still like that doneness of the rare, medium rare. But this is one of those cuts you don't have to be afraid to take a little bit further than you think you might. But thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out allthingsbbq.com for all the products featured in today's video. If you enjoy the video, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below, and let's be good to one another. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to allthingsbbq.com/thesauce. All Things Barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.